Welcome to Recaply X, your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists. In minutes, the movie begins with a guy taking a picture with a girl using a camera, a souvenir photo. They record a video while they are happy because they are still newly married. Then they get into the car and go for a drive in Las Vegas. On their way, we see her feeling bored. Then we see a convoy of army vehicles moving in a line, and in the first car, two people are talking. One of them says to the other, "What do you think we're transporting? It must be something dangerous or disastrous." The other responds, "It's difficult. With all these weapons doesn't make sense." On the other side, the couple is also driving fast and distracted. Suddenly, the first car in the convoy notices the couple's car in front, but as they try to avoid it, the second car crashes into it and explodes. The cargo was in the second car, which fell to the ground. Everyone gets out and starts communicating with the base to figure out what to do. The base tells them, "We will send you reinforcements." Then the base asks about the cargo and what its status is now. They inform the base that it has fallen and is in danger. The base warns them to stay away from the cargo at all costs because they are all in danger. As the commander is about to tell them to stay away, something begins to open the metal box and emerge from it. The commander tries to stop it, but something resembling a human comes out of the box and starts attacking and killing everyone there. He and his friend, who refuse to escape with him, start running. After they move a little further, they find themselves in a seemingly safe place, but then they hear a sound. They keep circling around to ensure everything is okay, but the creature's leader appears and starts killing them one by one quickly. Then we see it standing in front of Las Vegas. Before it moves, we see the soldiers who have turned into zombies standing with it. At Las Vegas, we see the entire city being overrun, with people being killed and transformed into zombies. Next, we see someone fighting back, killing some of the zombies and protecting people. Then we see someone holding a chainsaw and cutting off the head of one of them. Then a man appears, whom we learn that this is a group of people protecting the city and trying to survive amidst this flood of zombies. We see their strong resistance until the final scene, where they isolate the entire city by surrounding it with shipping containers. The scene ends with Batista working at a burger shop after all these events. On the TV, someone announces that all of Las Vegas will be destroyed with an atomic bomb to protect the rest of the country from the zombies in the city. A vote has been taken, and the plan will be implemented in 4 days. Batista continues working until someone from the restaurant tells him he has a guest. He goes out to meet him, and it's a Japanese man who says to him, "I'll get straight to the point. The city will be destroyed in 4 days with an atomic bomb. I own the biggest casino there and it has $200 million underneath it. This is a number I cannot sacrifice at all, so I want you to make a team and get this money, and your share is $50 million for you, and the rest is for your entire team." He gives him the map of the casino and the safe. Then we see the camp or quarantine next to Vegas's city, and we see Batista's daughter talking to her friend and saying to her, "Where are you going?" She replied, "I'm going with 2 other people to go inside Vegas to steal any money vault and give it to the smuggler who will get us out of the camp." With her relationship, she said, "I want you to make sure that if I don't come back, my 2 sons leave the place." She replied, "Forget that I let you go to a place like this. There is a guard who checks their temperature and then leaves." The woman says to the girl, "I will not stay here until I and my children die. I have to try to get them out at least." Then we see a flashback to Batista in his house with his wife while they are still exposed to a zombie attack. Then we know that she has been bitten and that she will transform in seconds. Here, her husband resisted killing her temporarily until she transforms in front of him and he has no choice left. So he kills her, and the one watching this scene is his daughter, who was in the quarantine camp a little while ago. Then we see him waking up frightened after seeing this nightmare and calling the Japanese man, telling him that he agrees to his offer. He starts gathering the team and goes to his girlfriend and tells her that he is gathering a team to do something. She told him that she is completely okay with it. Then they go to the chainsaw guy who works in a health resort for the elderly and is joking with an old woman. He says to her, "Hang on," and he goes to talk to his friends and decides to go with them on this go with them on this whole trip. As long as it's going to be over in a day, no problem. Then we see them go to a place that has to do with aviation, and they say to her, "Come with us for a $2 million deal." Then a crazy YouTuber who kills zombies and posts on YouTube with his friends joins. They say to him, "You'll make $500,000 for a job," and he agrees, and then they leave. They go to the last one with them in the plan, who is the person who will open the safe. They show him the safe, and he says to them, "This is a work of art named after a very rare piece of music." They told him, "Great, I will give you $250,000 if you open it." Then he goes to meet the Japanese man again before they go on the mission and get to know the team. The YouTuber had brought 2 of his friends with him to help him. The Japanese man says to them, "You men will go to Las Vegas and walk on the biggest street there, and then you will find yourselves in front of this casino. You will have arrived there within 2 hours. On your way, you will meet some zombies and kill them quickly." The one with the safe said to him, "How are we going to kill them? I don't know anything." They said to him, "Don't worry." But one of the YouTuber's friends got afraid and leaves. Then the Japanese continued and said to them, "After you reach the safe and take the money, you will go up to the hotel tower. There is a helicopter there that will immediately fill up with gas, and you will go up in it with the money in a short time, and my right-hand man at work will be with you on this mission for security purposes." They said, "Okay, it doesn't matter." Then we see Batista going to his daughter, and he said to her, "I want you to help me. I want you to get me into the city. By any means you will surely know, and I will give you money that will help you to help yourself." And she agreed. Then we see the man with chainsaw training the safe guy on shooting and dealing with the matter, and the results are good in the beginning. And then Batista's girlfriend goes to him when she sees his daughter and told him, "Don't let this mission be, so that communication between you and your daughter." Again he said to her, "She will get us into the city," and then they go to the place, and she is able to get them, and there is a day and a bit left, and the bomb explodes. Then Batista's daughter doesn't find her friend or the other 2. Then she goes and hits the smuggler and tells her, "You let them in, and you know that they will not leave. One of them has 2 daughters." She said to her, "I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't have let them in." Then we see her go to her father and tell him that she will go in with them to look for her friend. He said to her, "Okay." Then his girlfriend comes to him and says, "We did not agree on this." He said to her, "What am I going to do?" Then the smuggler tells them, "I will come with you to keep you safe." Then she says to them, "But we will also need another man with us." Then they bring the policeman who threatens people in tents, and she offers him $20,000 to agree to come with them. He says to her, "Amen. What's the matter with him?" He takes the saw to play with it, and the owner of the saw comes and takes it, and says to him, "Don't take it again." He gives him a can of gasoline to carry it out. Then they enter the container that leads to the city, and they cut their weapons and open the door of the container to put themselves in the middle of piles of zombie corpses in the city. They keep filling the situation a bit after they enter. Then the 5 of them stand to see which way they're going. Then we see a tiger that has turned into a zombie walking, and they are terrified, but the smuggler tells them not to worry about him. Then the smuggler approaches the policeman and talks to him gently and took his gun, and then she hit him, and he fell to the ground, and his leg started bleeding, and she went to tie him up, so he couldn't get up from his place, and then they all got scared of her. She told them, "I won't do anything to you. I'm just securing our entry because they won't let us in without an exchange." While they were talking, she senses that the zombies are coming, so one of the group told her, "We can kill them." She told them, "No, these aren't the ordinary ones. These are the ones who leads all the groups. These are smarter and faster," and they left the guy on the ground, and they watched from a distance until they found 2 zombies appeared, a man and a woman, and they were wearing matching clothes, like they were aware. Then they dragged him away, and they asked her what they would do to him. She told them they would take him to the hotel and turn him into something like theirs, but let us roam around the place. Then we see someone standing there, holding a stick on a statue, and we know that he is almost like their king. Then we see them all get scared after the move the smuggler made, and they sit and debates about the policeman that was kidnapped while he was in the middle of zombies, and no one bites or eats him, and he doesn't understand what's going on. And the king enters the place and greets the queen and puts his ear on her stomach, and we know that she is almost pregnant and he is waiting for the crown prince, and then he grabs the officer's neck to kill him, but he bites his arm and throws him to the ground after that so that he can transform at that time. And the king's army increases by 1 then. While they are inside the casino, they find themselves in the middle of an army of zombies on their way, and the nurse says to them, what no one made any sound or lit a light in their faces, they are in a state of sleep. Then Batista tells them to perform and move behind me. I will put a light for you in the way, and you move behind me. And the girl whose friend is the YouTuber didn't let Japan's right arm walks behind her because she is worried about him. She told him to walk, firstly the Japanese man, right's hand man, in the middle of the way, takes the light and throws it far away, so that she finds the road getting narrower and there is no light, and she doesn't know what happened. She tried to go back and go the right way, and finds herself in the middle of a lot of tools in the kitchen. Then she finds something that made a sound, and they started attacking her and trying to kill her, but she shoots and kills as much as she can. And those outside had already passed, but they heard her voice, and she completed the path and knew their way and walked behind them. And before she went out with them, the Japanese right-hand man went and closed the door on her and blocked it with a chair so that she couldn't go out. And then the YouTuber said to him, "Where is my friend?" He told him, "I don't care," and he didn't finish his words, so she went and jumped out of the window and broke it. She tried to kill as many people as possible on the way, but unfortunately, they piled up on her, and the YouTuber was useless and tried to help her, but she told him to run away. He hit the gasoline canister on her back to benefit from it as long as she was dead anyway. The explosion happened, and he walked while crying, and continued on their way. Then they reached the hotel from below, and they started moving here in groups. A group went to the plane, a group turned on the electricity in the hotel, a group went to the safe, and a group protected the place. Then we saw Batista's girlfriend with the pilot and go up to the roof with the gasoline. Then we saw the smuggler with the Japanese right arm, and he said to her, "The agreement between us will be good, and it will happen, just like you told me." She said to him, "We will see how it ends." Then we went to Batista and his daughter, and he said to her, "Why you hate me? I killed your mother against my will. Do you think I wanted to kill her?" She said to him, "I am upset because you disappeared." He said to her, "I am sorry." She said to him, "I do not know how to stop hating you completely." He said to her, "Forget what I said completely." He turned on the electricity in the whole building again, as if the plan was not implemented, and began. They moved towards the safe, and then we see them standing there, and Bella and the spies are there in the form of skeletons. And they say that this is definitely because we are in another timeline, and the Japanese sent us to fail. And he is disbanding with the rich people, and he is deciding the story. But never mind, we want to enter this place zombies to try on it. So if there is any trap we can get through it, and the chainsaw man comes down and brings one from the bottom, and then we get their king, and he is inside the hotel. He takes one of those there and turns her, and then we go to the smuggler and the right hand of the Japanese, and they are in the street, and the lady of the man. They kidnapped, and the policeman comes and stands in front of the two, and then he hits the right arm of this queen and ties her up and makes her fall, and here the man approaches him and tries to kill him, and as soon as he fixes him, the smuggler kills him, and we see after that the man goes to get a thread and cuts the queen's brain, and the lady says to him, "You said you will take a cup of blood from her," but he told her that her head belongs to my boss, is 1,000,000 times more than any money here. And he takes the head in the bag, and the queen, while she cuts off his head, screams a lot, and the king hears her. And then we go upstairs and find the safe house standing and bringing the zombies to unpack it. But he does not go towards her. He turns to give it to them, and they kill them. And they go down and get someone else quickly, and he heats his hand and throws it to him, and then after that, he walks towards it. The safe is being shot with a lot of drug arrows, but he continues until he finds bullets hitting him. The last stage was that the walls were closing in on him, and they saved themselves. They entered after him. Then we go to the plane. The woman found it banging. She doesn't know why, but it is junk. Then we see the girl and her father watching TV, and they know that the time for the bomb has been moved forward by a full day. An hour and a half later, the bomb explodes, and they run upstairs, of course, so that they can inform the rest. But as soon as they enter, the one in the safe yells at them and says to them, "You ruined what I'm doing. I have half an hour left." At that time, the leader of the zombies, when his men went to save the queen and Bella, her body, but without a head, he puts his head on her stomach and screams, and returns with her to the place where he came from, the hotel, and opens her stomach and finds his son died, and screams, and goes to take revenge at the same time that they open the safe and are happy and collecting the money and preparing themselves to take off. Then Batista goes outside, and his girlfriend comes out with him and says to him, "Do you think I'm here for the money? I love you." He tells her, "I was going to talk after we get back, and I'll tell you that I feel the same way." Then he notices that his daughter is not there and knows that she went to save the two of her friends from the hotel, and she is on the way. Indeed, and he noticed the zombie army hidden in the street, and the whole zombie army heading to the casino to kill whoever is in it and take revenge and take the queen's head. Then we see the girl continue on her way to the hotel, and then we see the elevator open, and they killed Batista's girlfriend in seconds in front of her lover, and then he kept hitting them. But alone is not enough, and the one who tries to help him, but it is no use at all, and the Japanese right arm ran up and left them to escape headlong alone, and did not find the money with him, as he said, and left them confused. And here Batista and the smuggler were trying to spread the wall, and the safe guy and the saw together fighting the king, but he was done killing them, and the safe guy knocked the saw guy inside to save him and keep him away from the king, and locks the safe on him. And then we see the Japanese right arm coming out headlong and tearing up the bag to find the smuggler laughed at him and changed it because he is a liar and she does not trust him. And I find the mutant tiger outside, and he grabs him and eats him, and the smuggler tells Batista that she helped him because he told her that he will get everyone in the camp out for free. And they continue on their way with Batista and the YouTuber through the casino to the elevator to go up to the plane on the roof. And after he loves to beat up the sweets, they actually do that, but the YouTuber decides to blow himself up to help them. And that's it. And they go up in the elevator, and we see the girl in the hotel looking for her friends, and the mutant officer is there walking. And then we go back to the roof, and they are going to the plane, but the smuggler found the king coming, and she said to Batista, "Go you and I will handle it." And she grabs the queen's head, and she is still alive, and she says to him, if she gets near the plane, or them, she will kill her. And as soon as the plane flies away, and the king grabs his spear and hits the smuggler and kills her, and she leaves and leaves the queen's head from the roof after that to take revenge on him and crushes her. But Batista told the pilot to go to the hotel. My daughter is definitely there, and there is 9 minutes left for the bomb to explode and is thrown to the back of the hotel from above. He goes down to find the king is back with his army. He saw Batista's daughter escaping with her friends and killing the mutant officer. Then she starts shooting at them, and they try to get close, but it is no use until her father comes to rescue her. He hits the man with a big missile that passes by him, and they go up to the roof. They do not find anyone, but the plane returns, and she makes them board quickly, but the king was chasing them up above and jumped into the plane. They started a fight until they were about to hit the city walls, but nothing happens. Batista shoots the king with a gun on his head, and the bomb explodes far from them, but the plane is affected and falls into the witchcraft, and everyone in it dies except for the girl. She starts looking for her father and finds him lying. He says to her, "The end is near. Take this money so you can get the kids out of the camp." She shot him after he transforms and dies. Army planes come to save her alone. The movie doesn't end because we find the chainsaw man coming out from under the building, and the safe is protected from the bomb explosion. He comes out with all the bags and money intact and returns to the city victorious. He rents a special plane, He goes in and drinks with the flight attendants to celebrate that he is alive, but after that, he goes into the bathroom to find himself bitten and sits laughing. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.